In February 2026, the United States and Israel launched major strikes against Iran. Officially, it was about stopping Iran's nuclear program, missiles, and regional threats. What it was actually about was protecting the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. To better understand this, we will break down what the petrodollar is, how Iran threatened it, and why an organization called BRICS made this conflict bigger than it looks. After 1971, when the United States ended the dollar's direct link to gold, America needed a new way to keep the dollar strong. They reached a deal with Saudi Arabia and other Gulf nations. The United States would provide military protection and sell weapons. In return, those countries would price and sell their oil mainly in US dollars. This created the petrodollar system. Here's why it matters. Every country that imports oil needs dollars to pay for it. Oil-producing countries end up with huge amounts of dollars, which they often invest back into the US economy by buying government bonds. This constant global demand for dollars lets the US borrow money at lower rates and use the dollar as a powerful tool for sanctions. Even today, most of the world's oil trade, worth trillions of dollars a year, still runs through the US dollar. Iran has opposed this petrodollar system for a long time. The main reason? It creates heavy reliance on the United States. Because oil is priced in dollars, Iran has to use the US financial system to sell its oil and get paid. That makes Iran extremely vulnerable to American sanctions. If the US cuts Iran off from dollars, its economy suffers badly. So for years, Iran has worked around this by selling oil in euros and the Chinese yuan. If major oil flows start moving to other currencies like the yuan, global demand for the US dollar drops. When demand falls, the dollar's value weakens, and more importantly, it drives up America's borrowing costs. The US government borrows trillions of dollars by selling treasury bonds. If foreign countries hold fewer dollars and see the currency weakening, they demand higher interest rates to lend to the US. Higher borrowing costs mean bigger budget deficits, more expensive debt payments, and could eventually put the entire US economy in serious jeopardy. That's why the United States sees any country trying to break away from the dollar as a serious threat. And Iran isn't doing this alone. It's part of a much bigger group called BRICS. Originally Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, now expanded with countries like Iran and others. BRICS countries are actively working to reduce their dependence on the US dollar by trading in their own currencies, building new payment systems that bypass American banks. A clear example is Venezuela. Like Iran, Venezuela has huge oil reserves and tried to escape the petrodollar system. Starting years ago, they began selling oil in yuan, euros, and other currencies instead of dollars. They were also pushing hard to join BRICS and deepen ties with China and Russia. In January 2026, just before the Iran conflict escalated, the US launched a military operation in Venezuela, captured President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, and removed them from power. Officially, it was about drug charges and regime change. But many analysts see it as another move to stop de-dollarization efforts in America's backyard and protect the petrodollar system. Together, these actions against Iran and Venezuela show the US is willing to use strong measures to slow down BRICS and keep the dollar on top.